Most of us think we have a pretty good handle on our finances. But what if I told you that the one number we all tend to focus on, our salary, is actually kind of the wrong one? Today, we're going to look at the real measure of wealth in America. I'm going to show you the map that explains not just where you are, but how you can start climbing. So let's just start with a really honest question, just between us. Not what you feel like your finances are or what your lifestyle looks like. Do you know the one cold hard number that defines where you stand compared to everyone else? The truth is, most of us don't. And that confusion, that's exactly why so many of us feel stuck. I bet you've had that moment, right? It's the end of the month, you peek at your bank account, and the math just doesn't add up. You're working your tail off, but somehow there's just nothing left over. It's such a frustrating feeling. And if you felt it, you are so not alone. The system can feel confusing for sure, but it really doesn't have to be. Yeah, we're all taught to chase the big salary, the fancy job title, how much we make per year. But that's just not the whole story. A huge salary can vanish in a second if your expenses are just as huge. So for now, let's just push that salary number aside and focus on the one that really, truly defines your financial health. Okay, so it turns out the most important number in your financial life is actually super simple. It's your net worth. All it is everything you own. We're talking savings, retirement accounts, the value of your home, and you subtract everything you owe, like a mortgage, credit card debt, student loans. Assets minus liabilities. That's it. That's the whole formula. So yeah, your net worth, that's your real financial score. And look, this isn't just my opinion. This is based on the huge comprehensive survey the Federal Reserve does. This one number tells the real story of where you actually stand. All right, so we've got our metric, net worth. Now let's use it. Let's start climbing this ladder and see where American households actually are. Okay, so the journey starts at the bottom rungs. If a household has a net worth below $23,000, that's considered the lower class. This is where you're pretty much living paycheck to paycheck, with almost no cushion. One step up from there is the lower middle class, which is between $23,000 and $179,000. Things might feel a little more stable here, but it's often super fragile. Like one big emergency could knock you right back down. And this, right here, is the key problem on these lower rungs. For tens of millions of people, their so-called wealth isn't in stocks or savings. It's mostly tied up in a car, which, let's be honest, is losing value every single day. Or maybe it's a little bit of home equity. Basically, their money isn't working for them. It's just sitting there, which makes it incredibly tough to build any real momentum. Okay, now I want you to pause and really look at this number, $179,000. This isn't just another number. This is the number. It's a huge milestone on this ladder. That's right, 179 grand. That's the median net worth in the entire United States. What that means is, if your net worth is above this number, you are financially ahead of half the country. Half! For a lot of people, that's way more achievable than they ever thought. Okay, so once you cross that median line, things really start to pick up steam. The upper middle class sits between about $179,000 and $610,000. And then you get to the top 10%. We're talking a net worth over $1.72 million. But here's the thing. The most important difference isn't just how big the numbers are. This is it. This is the big shift that changes everything. See, below that median line, your wealth is mostly static. It's kind of stuck in your house or your car. But above the median, your wealth becomes active. It starts living in the market, in investments and businesses, where it's out there in the world, actually working to make you more money. So let's just pull back and look at the whole ladder at a glance. You can see the whole story here, right? You go from a car that's losing value to a house that's just sitting there, to investments that are growing, and finally to assets that are actively compounding. It's not about how much you have. It's about what your money is doing for you. Okay, so seeing the map is one thing, but how do you actually climb it? Well, it's not about winning the lottery or some secret trick. It really comes down to habits. Let's break down the 3 big keys. Seriously, it boils down to these 3 things. 1, get rid of debt. I mean, aggressively. 2, flip the script and save before you spend anything. And 3, get your money in the game by investing consistently over and over. And let's be super clear on why these work. Think of high-interest debt as a tax you pay on your own future. It's an anchor holding you down. Paying yourself first by making it automatic, that puts you in the driver's seat. It makes building your wealth the #1 priority, not an afterthought. And investing?
Well, that's the engine. That's what separates the people who stay put from the people who climb. This is how you solve the actual math problem of building wealth.
I want you to really let this sink in. Your current rung on that ladder, it is not your permanent address. Your net worth is not your destiny. It's just a number. And it's a number you have the power to change, one decision, one habit at a time. So, when's the best time to start doing all this? Well, the absolute best time to start was 10 years ago. But you can't go back in time, right? So, the second best time is right now. Today. Seriously, don't wait. The sooner you get started, the more powerful that compounding effect is going to be.
Look, you now have the map. You have the knowledge that already puts you ahead of most people out there. Just by watching this, you've already taken the first step up that ladder. So the only question left is, what are you going to do with it? What's the very first real step you're going to take? The minute this is over,